Hello, Intro to Video students. Happy Monday. Today is March 8th if you're watching on a Monday, but it is the second week in March. We are almost to spring break. Before you know it, we're going to be back in person. I don't know if Intro to Video is going to be meeting in person, but you're going to be back in the school. So an exciting time here at Happy Valley Middle School. I hope everyone's doing well. It was great to see everyone's slides last week. That's where I really get to know everybody, and hopefully you'll get a chance to get to know everybody. So let's jump right into this week's goals as we talk about this week's lesson. So first off, you're going to get to know your fellow IVP classmates. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and take a look at the slides in the All About IVP of 2021 that I had in last week's assignment. That's how you're going to get to know each other. So you should have your Google Drawing posted there along with your video that describes it. So that was your job. So let's take a moment and look at some of those now. So that was just a snippet of what you can see. So make sure to take a look for yourself, get to know some of your fellow peers, see some of the techniques that they're using in their graphic designs and in their videos, because that's how we can really learn a lot from each other. Today what we're going to do is we're going to start filming. And so filming is going to look a little bit different for everybody, but I imagine a number of people will be using their cell phone. Right, there's my cell phone. That's me. That's an outline of me. That's my logo that my daughter made for me. Pretty cool. And at any rate, you are going to probably use a cell phone to record. That's one great way to do it. You might have to use your Chromebook's webcam, and that's totally fine if you have to use it. It's a little inconvenient, but we can make it work. Or maybe you're going to be using a DSLR. So here's one of the DSLRs that we have at school, and I've got a handle and a microphone mounted on it. And you don't need all this fancy stuff, but I'm going to show you how to use any one of these devices in order to make a video for this week's assignment. So let's jump right into things. So regardless of the camera that you're going to be using, you're going to need to copy some footage to your device. If you're using your Chromebook's webcam, you can use WeVideo directly and just use the import function. But if you're using a cell phone, a DSLR, or a mirrorless camera, you're going to need to find a way to import that footage, and I can show you some things. Please also come to office hours, and I'll walk you through how to do it, because every camera can be a little bit different, but I'm sure we can figure it out. So you're going to edit that video, you're going to put some titles and music. This week's video can be about absolutely anything. And then when you're finished, you're going to upload it to your shared folder, and you're going to attach it to Google Classroom for this week's assignment. So you have all week until Sunday to make a video. It can be about anything. Just keep it short, 30 to 45 seconds. I'll explain it all later. So filming for intro to video production, like I talked about before, you are welcome to use any device at all that can capture video. So as long as it can connect to your computer or connect to the internet, it can be a cell phone, like I was showing, a DSLR or a mirrorless camera. I'm actually filming on a mirrorless camera right now. Just ordered some brand new cameras, so whenever we are back in person, you're going to get to see what it's like to use a mirrorless camera, which is pretty cool. Or a DSLR, very similar function with interchangeable lenses that you can do a lot with. Maybe you have a GoPro, right? That would be fine, or a similar camera to a GoPro. An action camera works just fine. A point and shoot camera works fine too. If you have a digital camera that maybe has the lens retract, you probably have a video editing or a video shooting function on there, so you could try doing that. As long as it runs off of an SD card, you'll be able to store files on there and then copy them to your computer. Or like I was even saying, you can use your Chromebook's webcam. So a variety of tools that we can use in order to film. All right, so you're going to need to copy your footage, though. That is the most important thing, because if it's just stuck on your phone, that doesn't really help me. Please don't show me a video on your phone. Don't film your phone with your webcam. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for video that you can share to your computer and edit on the computer. So you can copy and do that a variety of ways. Maybe you have a USB cable, right, that you can connect to your computer and you can connect to your camera, and then you can copy the files that way. That's one option to do it. If you're using a cell phone, even to your Chromebook, you can use the Google Drive app. So that's an option. If you don't currently have the Google Drive app, I highly recommend getting it. It's a great way to access your files from school on a phone. So a lot of times I'll use my phone in order to access things. So you can get that Drive app, and then especially for photos and video, it's really convenient to upload directly that way. So I've got some resources that can help you walk you through that. But once again, please just come to office hours with the Drive app on your phone, and I will help you get that figured out. Or maybe you have an SD card reader, which I think is the most convenient way. Some of my computers have an SD card slot on the back, but you can also have a portable SD card reader. Your school-issued Chromebook probably does not have a full-size SD card reader. It might have a micro SD reader, but it does have a USB port. And so if you happen to have one of these, don't go out and buy any equipment for this class, but that's a great way to take the card right out of your camera and connect it. And then you can access those files even on the Chromebook and then upload them directly into WeVideo or save them to your Google Drive, however you like to manage your files. Okay, now let's talk about filming with a cell phone, because this is probably going to be the tool that many of you use for this class. And I don't want to see you, first and foremost, filming this way. Right? If you film this way, it's going to be in a vertical orientation and you're going to have black bars on either side of your screen. You don't want to do that. You want to always hold your phone this way while you're filming, because then the footage will fill your screen. Okay, so super important that you want to do that. So all video that you film should be stabilized and filmed in landscape format. Let's talk about stabilizing too. If you're ever filming with a cell phone, please don't hold the phone way out in front of you. Right? You can probably see that I'm not keeping this very steady, and the reason why is because it's far in front of me. Focus is coming back. All right. If you are filming with your phone, keep it close to you, right? I keep my arms attached to my body, and then it's nice and stabilized. That's one way, but what's even better is to stabilize it by propping it up against the laptop, right? It keeps it perfectly still. And here's a little video you can watch about 3 different do-it-yourself tripods. My favorite is the coffee cup tripod. So if you have an empty Starbucks cup around, you can cut ridges on either side, just like that phone there, and set your phone right in it, and it will keep it perfectly stabilized. I think it works even better if you use the bottom, so you can flip it over, put it in there, and then you have a nice firm base, but that's a great way to stabilize. Right now, I'm filming with my camera just sitting on top of my printer, because it just happens to be right about the right height. That way I can have it over the counter. I can have this nice background behind me. And yeah, so there you go. So keep it stabilized, whatever you want to do. I don't care how you keep it stabilized, but keep it stabilized, because just say no to shaky footage. All right. Now, like I was saying before, make sure you film sideways. Now, I have a video that I made in the spring when we first got into this whole CDL experiment. And I want you to go ahead and take a look at this video. I have it embedded right in this video, so I'm just going to play it. And you can see some tips for filming with your cell phone. So take it away, Mr. Oliver. Today I'm going to talk about how you can improve the video that you're going to record on your cell phone if you're planning on doing some edits to it. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to use your phone and you want to hold it sideways so that you're recording in widescreen, okay? Widescreen is going to fill your screen nicely as you go to edit that video, and it's not going to have black bars on either side. If you're ever filming this way, that's fine for Instagram or if a text message to someone, but really if you're trying to make a bunch of edits to it, that traditionally is not the way you want to film, but so often you're going to see people filming just like this. So here's going to be an example I'm going to show you of my daughter unicycling and playing basketball, but filmed this way. So let's go ahead and take a look at that footage. And she's off. Following her around with my phone. Holding it vertically. And she made the shot. And she's off. Following her around with my phone. Holding it vertically. And she made the shot. Nice job. Okay, so a couple things. One, the aspect ratio of being vertical really kind of looks awkward with those black bars, unless I wanted to do some really complicated edits to it. So I'm gonna try filming it again, but this time I'm gonna film it this way. So instead of just following the action from side to side wherever it goes, I'm gonna frequently just set an angle so that all the action can happen, so that she's gonna pass across the screen, and then I can string each of those clips together to help tell the story a little better. So you can see in my first angle here, I just have her coming across the screen and off camera left, right? Then the next one is a medium angle. You can see kind of coming across. We've got a close-up of the pedals. That works nicely. Then we have more of a longer angle as she kind of heads towards the hoop. I'm even cutting to just a recreation of a shot, just a close-up of her there, taking a shot, and then one of the hoop with a ball coming in. So you can really start to tell a story just by filming it multiple times from multiple angles. This is what they do in the movies, right? They're obviously using more than one camera for a lot of their shots, but when you see an action scene in a movie, you're watching 30 or 40 takes of it, and they're using different parts of it all together to make it be a visually compelling story. So I want you guys to try that. But the whole idea of this is stringing multiple angles together so that you can tell a story. So give that a shot, see how it works out for you, and we'll be good. All right, let's say that you are one of the students that's going to be filming with a DSLR. That is awesome. You are going to get beautiful looking shots, right? I think this shot right now looks pretty good, and that's because I'm using a mirrorless camera similar to a DSLR, and I'm able to control all those settings as opposed to just when your phone is in automatic mode. So if your parents or your older brother or sister has this type of camera, or maybe you have one, learn how to use it as a video camera and you can get some excellent results. So let me demonstrate a little bit. So here's my DSLR, right? And when I film, I always want to film in manual mode. So usually there's a dial to turn it to M. And then what you can do is you can adjust what's called your aperture, which is how much area you have in focus. If you've gotten to take one of my classes in person, you probably learned about this. And each camera is a little bit different for how you control them. So stop by office hours and I will show you how to do that. Your shutter speed you want to have generally at 50 or 60 if at all possible. And then your ISO can be set to auto, which works really well because then it adjusts according to the light. But then you can get some really neat shots. And so if you are a DSLR shooter, please come to office hours. Let me walk you through it. You're going to get amazing results. And I bet your parents have one of these sitting around that they used to take to soccer games to take pictures of you. And it's a great video camera. So you can try using those. I will help you out. A lot of resources on the internet too. By the way, I'm not sure if I've told you this before, but I am a self-taught videographer. What that means is I really enjoy shooting video, and as I made more and more videos, I started realizing that there's a lot to learn. So I just went on YouTube and I started searching. So on the Heron TV YouTube channel, there's all sorts of playlists. Explore that. I've made a lot of tutorials. There's a lot of ones you can find. So take a look at that and see how you can unlock the power of your camera. All right, so this week's assignment. I'm going to tell you all about this week's assignment right after the secret word. Hey kids, I hope you're enjoying this week's video. As you can see, I'm up enjoying a little nature. Do we have a treat for you? We have a very special secret word. In fact, it's not a word. Well, it's kind of a word, but it's a teacher. So give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for your secret teacher, Mr. Lippert.
Mr. Lippert's the secret word.
All right, everybody. So Mr. Lippert's your secret word. Let's get back to work. All right. So there you have it. First time ever that the word was a person. You remember who that person was. If not, make sure you watch that secret word and put it on this week's quiz because that's how you get credit for the lesson. So, all right, here is your assignment. You are going to film a video with at least 5 different clips. So I want to see this edited. I don't just want to see one video clip that you inserted in, right? Choose parts of the clips that you think are the best. Have at least 5 different clips. You might have more. You might have 15 or 20. That's totally fine. I want you to shoot from a variety of angles. Now, I haven't taught camera angles yet. Maybe if you remember them from media arts or you've taken hair and TV or intro to video production before, you know them already. If so, I'm really looking for great work from you guys. But think about you want to have some kind of medium-ish shots where you're a little ways away from the camera. Maybe some really long ones where the characters are quite small in it or your subjects are very small. Maybe some close-ups to make it look interesting. So this video can be about absolutely anything. If you're stuck, just think about, all right, I need to start in one place and end in another place and film a video that shows me or someone else getting there, right? Think about all the different angles that you can cut together. Now, your homework is also to just watch some TV or video that has been professionally produced. Just watch some of it, right? Think about what they're doing as to what makes it interesting. Think about what the camera might be doing. Don't worry about what the characters are saying or what the actions are doing. Think about what the camera is doing. You can even just watch a commercial to see some things. For next week, we're going to get into specifics, and I want you already to be thinking about some things that you might notice with the camera. Are they really zoomed in? Are they really far away? Is there some depth of field in the shot, right? Where some things are in focus and some things are out of focus, right? Maybe the light behind someone when there's a close-up like really looks blurry, or you see like little balls of light. So take a look at some video. I've been watching Stanley Tucci's Discovering Italy or Finding Italy. It's a travel kind of eating show. It's awesome, and it has great camera work. So that's just one example, but there are so many different examples of great camera work. And as a video student, you should be on the lookout for what looks like good video. Okay, after you have made your video, you're going to export your video in high definition. So in WeVideo, you'll always choose the box to the right. The highest number is the highest definition, and you're going to select the Google Drive icon that's right below that. Then when you're finished, you're going to attach your video to Google Classroom and do this by Sunday night and have fun. Just be completely creative. You can make it about absolutely anything. Some of the feedback I've gotten from students is they love that you can make your videos about whatever you want them to make about. So for this one, there are no rules. Keep it school appropriate because I'm going to be watching and other students are going to be watching. But other than that, just have fun. Make a great movie. Have a good time with this. And I'm excited to see what you can come up with. All just exploring how WeVideo works. So I hope to see tons of you at office hours this week so that we can talk about what devices you're using and how to get footage connected. Make sure you're using WeVideo or you're using a video editing software that you are super comfortable with, that doesn't put a watermark on the screen, that can put out a high quality product and can easily attach to Google Classroom. If you're not able to attach your things to Google Drive or Google Classroom, please don't use them. You have WeVideo accounts for a reason. Please use them because it just makes it so much easier when we're all on the same page. But like, I'm a Final Cut Pro user. I love using it. I'm editing this video on Final Cut Pro. So if you have something like that or iMovie and it's your jam, go for it. Use what you want, but whatever you do use, make sure you can connect it to our class. Super, super important. Just in review, we're getting to know our classmates. Take a look at that presentation. Like I said, we can't turn to each other in this class. You just have to learn from them by checking out their work. So create a do-it-yourself tripod. Find a good way to stabilize, right? Let me know what works for you. You can put that in the comments of your assignment. You can come to office hours. You can send me an email. Let me know. I'm curious. Film some video footage. I don't care what it is, but film it from a whole bunch of different angles. Have fun with it. Film out of the car window while you're driving with your parents or something. And then you're going to learn how to copy that footage to your Chromebook. So come to office hours if you have any questions, but I'm sure you can figure it out. You're just going to have to use your launcher if you're on a Chromebook and then search for those files. You can always Google how to do it. That's a great way to learn. All right, then you're going to edit with WeVideo or with whatever else you have that is of high quality. And then lastly, you're going to upload that video to your shared folder and you are going to turn it in this week by Sunday. No real rules, just have fun, make a video. And that is going to be what we're doing. So that's it for this week. It was great hanging out with you. Have fun making a movie. That is what it is all about in this class. Yes. Okay, so as you know, I'm going to say never stop creating, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, see you later. Have fun making movies.